Hi, since quite some time I was thinking of making this video, but today I got the time to talk about something about Royal Enfield. We have seen videos of the Super Meteor 650 having the saddles or panniers, whatever they call them. But again, it shows coming soon. People have bought those bikes to travel long distances and obviously not to ride it in the cities because these bikes are not meant for those things with the huge size, with the heavy engines. So for the long distances, they have shown images where there are panniers on those bikes, but they haven't yet uh, launched them. And also on the website it shows that it's coming soon, but when it's going to launch and when it's going to come to the markets, there is no surety on that. So for that problem, people started using saddle bags, those bags which are aftermarket. They can be mounted on bikes, but there is no specific mounting, so there are problems on the so to give you an idea what exactly I'm talking about, the suspension rubbing on those bags. So these suspensions have this piggyback these piggyback canisters. So this is the piggyback canisters which I'm talking about. uh, so so when the bikes are going through corrugations or they are traveling through rough roads, the suspensions are going to work. They are going to travel up and down, and the bags are also going to bounce because of those corrugations. So for that, these small canisters used to rub on those bags, and due to the friction over the long distance traveling, uh, the bag used to tear. There have been so many cases where people have lost their luggage because of the tear, because while riding they are not aware that the bag has been torn. And when they stop, they see that the bag is torn and that some of the items of the bags have fallen. To mitigate that problem, people used to start welding a rod in between from this foot peg to the rear mudguard. So that rod helped the bag to stay away from the canisters. Um, Royal Enfield came up with these bags with the launch of the Air Force Blue and the 350cc Desert Storm. I'm not sure what the color was called, but it was a 350cc Desert Storm. With that, they launched these two bags, and for these two bags, they also had this saddle stays on which this bag could be mounted. But those are specifically for the 350cc's. There was the hard case luggage, which for the Himalayans, but again those were small little boxes, and I don't think if a person is going on a longer trip, those boxes would be enough for them to store their luggage. uh, Going forward, people started purchasing aftermarket boxes which were bigger in size and was capable enough to carry the stuff which we need on long distance traveling. But again, not everyone has those similar kind of thought process, and I also wanted something for me where I could have that big saddle boxes mounted. Again, now when we talk about the bikes of Royal Enfield, the Thunderbird is known as a cruiser bike. So people generally cruise on these bikes on long distances. But funny thing is, when we are talking about long distance traveling, cruising on highways, we're surely going to carry something. We are not going to carry a backpack and go on those trips. Where is the place to mount the luggage? Enfield has, I guess, never thought about it, or they are not working on these parameters. Maybe if they had worked on it, there would be a way where people would explore more things in the Royal Enfield market. But they talk about things that they're going to launch, like the 650 Super Meteor. They told that they would be launching the panniers, the semi-hard case panniers. It shows on the website that it's coming soon, but there is no certainty when it's going to be launched. So for that problem, I also bought the saddle stays along with the hard case boxes. I will drop a picture of this bike with those boxes. These boxes were, I guess, 32 liter each. So 36 liter each, so coming to a 72 liter on both sides, and maybe mount a duffel bag on the rear seat, so you get somewhat around 100 liters of space. But the funny thing happened was, when I received these saddle stays, I found out that these saddle stays will be able to accommodate these soft panniers, which was amazing, because not every day I'm going to need these big boxes. There would be times when I'm going for a day ride, a shorter ride, where I don't need those big boxes, and these bags would be perfect for that. Royal Enfield could have thought about it and developed some things for other bikes, but I bought it first for the Thunderbird 500. And I'll show you how the bags are installed. So the bag has these velcros at the back. Okay, so it goes into the so the bag goes into this rod which is over here, and there is this hook on both the sides where you can launch. I will put a small clip on how these hooks can be mounted. There is one way which I have done over here, where it's just a loop, and the other is over here where we can pass the strap from both the D hooks and mount it thoroughly. On the Interceptor, it goes perfectly on the inside the rod. But on the Thunderbird, due to there is a notch over here, due to which the bag does not go into it fully, so I have mounted these straps. These straps are from a good company called Trip Machine, so I can mount it over here. I can mount it over here. These straps, so the straps can be mounted over here, so I have enough so I'm sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And these bags looks really good on these bikes. I'll show you a side look of the bikes. So again, coming back to it, I've seen that Royal Enfield has been trying to strategize their marketing and bike making somewhat like the Harley Davidsons, where they have 3 lines of engines and they produce bikes on those 3 lines of engines. Somewhat similar to what Royal Enfield has been doing since a long time. They had this 350cc and the 500cc fuel injected, then they discontinued the 500 and continued with the 350, where they launched the 650 engines along with the 350. Now these 350 engines are being used into the Hunter, the Classic, the Standard, the Meteor. They have come up with the 450cc Himalayan, and there is the 650cc Interceptor, Continental GT, and as well as the Super Meteor. Whereas Harley Davidson has been really good in developing luggage and saddles for their bikes, and there are bikes in which there comes a saddle already pre-fitted, and there are bikes in which you can fit. If Royal Enfield is thinking on this line, maybe their bikes would be more suitable for people who want to travel, because now they will be getting a plug and play sort of thing. They will be getting the luggages directly from the store of Royal Enfield, so they would be having more trust on those items. So people would be having trust on those items, and they would be assured that they would be getting the services wherever they are traveling. Whereas in today's case, when people have been using other company aftermarket bags for mounting on these bikes, uh, if there is some problem, there are companies who have their service centers locally or in the country, but there are other companies also which do not have any service centers, or maybe if they have it, they are in certain cities in India. So accessibility is also a question in those kind of luggage storages. uh, if there are certain changes which can be done, it would be really helpful the people who are going to purchase Royal Enfield and for those riders. In one instance, when I was riding, I was on a short day trip and I laid down my bike, I slipped and I fell, where I damaged this bag, but no content inside the bag was damaged, only this is there, and which can be repaired easily. There is not a huge problem in repairing these canvas bags. These kind of bags have been used since ages, and people used to use leather earlier, but now they have switched to canvas, which is also a good material. It can be waxed and it can be made waterproof. So yeah, this was a thought which I had and I thought of sharing. Maybe if there is some more things people want to talk about, we can always share it in the comment. Yeah, thanks.